Hey guys, here I am again. Look what the cat dragged in. It's Barry with Barry's 8-track and classic car radio repair. None of my cats are visible at the moment. They're all lazing around, sponging off of me for a living while they luxuriate on my bed all day long. This time I'm demonstrating an AM radio out of a 69 Pontiac Firebird. Oh, cool car, man. Totally cool car. This is from Tom in Gilbert, Arizona, right here in my home state, so he can come here and beat me up if he's not satisfied with my workmanship. And the problems noted when operating, well, first thing, Tom has requested the FM conversion with Bluetooth, and my super cool master input-output boxes has, if you want to run your radio into a more powerful amplifier, this has your left, right, front, and rear preamp outputs, an unpowered subwoofer output, and this will be your aux input, and so that takes care of that. Now, one note that Tom has made, besides nothing being operational, he says a left control stem is slightly bent, so I'm going to show with the power off that I've straightened that out. You can see that there's no wobble whatsoever in that volume control anymore. But once the volume and tone control is one single control, and the volume shaft is inside the tone control shaft. The volume shaft is aluminum, the tone control shaft is plastic, and so anytime this becomes bent, for one thing, they're aluminum, so you don't want to try to straighten aluminum when it bends. You can do that with steel by applying some heat. Aluminum is much more likely to break if you try to bend it much. I was able to bend it perfectly back into straight shape, but because this runs inside of another shaft, it's also kind of bent inside here, which means the end result is we can adjust the volume control without moving the tone control, but moving the tone control will sometimes cause the volume control to move also. And the only real cure is to replace the control itself, and controls are the hardest thing to find because that's what breaks most on radios. That's mostly from customers sending in their units to various shops, packed carelessly and damaging controls, stuff like that. It can happen in normal use too, but just anytime this inner shaft gets bent at all, it's almost impossible to straighten it out while still allowing the tone control to work independently. So the end result is you can adjust the volume control all you want, but when you go to adjust the tone, which also means adjusting the left-right balance and front-rear fader, you might want to hold that volume control in place. Otherwise, you're going to move that volume control when you turn the tone control, and it's going to be kind of confusing. So I'm going to demonstrate all that. I'm going to start off with the tone control all the way up, which is normal listening volume. And that's another thing too, is during the normal course of operation, you really don't mess with the tone control. And so, as long as you can adjust the volume control, that's what operates your Bluetooth also. As long as you can adjust the volume control without any trouble, that's usually okay. And if you want to adjust your front rear fader or your left right balance, might be better to pull over and hold the volume knob in place while you're working the tone control. So I'm going to demonstrate all that. Let's go ahead and turn it on. I've got to set to AM at the moment to the one strong station I get.
Release shed, according to some Qatari banker told them they haven't spent the money yet, so it didn't. Whatever.
Okay,
it doesn't matter.
Adjust
Whether
our
that's $6 million. That's just going to fund the next terrorist attack. Okay.
Here we go.
Whatever. This administration and the Obama administration
did I was too slow.
Power to empower.
Fader adjust.
Okay. So now we're adjusting front rear fader, all the way front, all the way rear,
we have Hamas
front,
and Hezbollah
rear.
well armed and
Okay, I'm
preparing
going to center him.
fight at any moment. Charlie Hurt, what can you see again on TV?
Fader
set.
If you're on radio,
left,
you
right
can't
balance.
see this, but Brian has played
balance adjust.
Okay.
microphone.
All the way left.
Stands up, so he stands. He's
All the way
lording
right.
over me. Right. It's very intimidating.
Left. Right.
I think it can be. It's lowercase. Lord.
Balance set.
Okay, so now we can turn our tone control back all the way up.
First time.
For most people, the best sound is with the tone control all the way up, because when you back off the tone control, it doesn't add anything; it just cuts treble. So it's always best to leave the tone control all the way up. That's what usually sounds best. Okay, now we're on AM, so let's make sure the Bluetooth goes into pairing mode.
Bluetooth ready to pair.
Okay, so you heard that. So the unit is now trying to pair with a portable audio device, and of course I don't do all that on the video. Just make sure it goes into pairing mode, and then after 45 seconds or 90 seconds, she'll come back on saying pairing not completed. But by switching over to FM, we're going to cancel that function. And on this radio, we switch between AM and FM by turning the unit off and right back on within about half a second. So let's do that. Right now we're on AM, off on. Okay, now we're on FM, and I have all 5 presets set to stations in my area for a quick test.
Miss Grandma makes
what I'd
We're
like to
making
do.
that this
I'd
year
like to.
through the Office of Tourism with the state.
Okay, and there we go. So we got AM, FM, we got Bluetooth, and let's make sure the dial light comes on, which I know it does because I just tested it. So you won't be able to see it in this lighting anyway, but I'm gonna sneak a peek through the. Yep, it is lighting up in response to my pressing the button. So she's ready to go back to the customer, and I'm ready to get on to the next job. And again, the volume tone control assembly, the only solution is to replace it, which nobody has replacement controls because there aren't enough controls to go around to begin with. And every time a customer sends in a radio carelessly packed, he is very likely to damage the control, meaning there is one less control available. So it's something that's not going to get better. It's just an unfortunate byproduct of human nature and human carelessness, and it's not on the customer. It's something happened, and there's nothing I can do about that. So, I am Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio Repair. To reach me for service, please visit the website in the description below, and please read the entire homepage, only the homepage. I'm only asking you to read one page of my website. Read my entire homepage from top to bottom, and download and print the work order, and that will answer at least 95% of your questions. That way, when you call me, it's a really quick phone call that doesn't keep me off the bench for very long. Needless to say, the work gets done on the bench. No work gets done on the phone. And if I'm on the phone all day answering the same questions from each new customer, I don't get any work done. So it's very important to do that research before calling me with a bunch of questions. And after that, I'm happy to talk to you. Even if you just want to talk to me for a couple of minutes with no questions, just to get to know me and make sure you can trust me. I'm BBB accredited with an A+ rating, but that doesn't always convince everyone, so you're welcome to call me for that reason as well. But as far as answering the same 15-minute barrage of questions from each new customer over and over and over, that is just horribly inefficient and unnecessary, and there's other ways to get your information. So please do that before calling me with a bunch of questions. So thanks so much for watching and listening, and thank you, Tom, for your business all the way from, maybe an hour away in Gilbert, Arizona, and we'll see you guys next time.